welcome to my second yoga video. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed the first video, and welcome back. Today we're going to focus on opening up the back and the shoulders. Most of us spend our days hunched over computers or phones or that sort of thing. I personally have been having a years-long battle with my hunched posture and just, stiff neck and back. So we're going to work on that today. So we'll start in a seated position. Cross your legs however you want. We're just going to start out again with just some basic neck rolls just to kind of loosen up. So go ahead and inhale, drop the neck, bring it over your left shoulder, and exhale as you come over the right shoulder. And we'll do 3 in that direction, so 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, now reverse the direction. So inhaling, come over the right shoulder. Exhale, come over the left. Inhale. Exhale. Once more, inhale. And exhale. Good. Now on the inhale, just look to your right. Exhale, return to center. Inhale, look to the left. And exhale, return to center. Now we're just going to do a couple of shoulder rolls, just sort of loosen up. You backward, all right, and then change the direction and go forward a couple of times. All right, and then once you feel sort of loose and ready, we're going to go ahead and get into cow face pose. So you're going to take your left leg on the bottom like this. This is the way you would normally sit. Not that this is the way you would normally sit, but crossing your legs, just one on the bottom. Then you're going to take the right leg and stack it on top so that your knees are on top of one another. Going to flex the feet, sit up straight, make sure the tailbone is nice and comfortable. And then you're going to spread your arms out. And you want to take your left arm behind you so your elbow is facing the ceiling. If you need to help it get into place, you can. And your hand should be flat on your back. And then you're going to take your right arm and come below onto your back so that your elbow of your right arm is facing the ground. And you want to get your hands as close to touching as you can. If you can get completely into the pose where your hands are locking together, that would be perfect. I'll go ahead and turn around and show you what the hands are supposed to look like. So left arm coming up and over, as low down on your back as you can get. Right arm coming behind and grasping the fingers together. So we'll hold this for 5 breaths. And release. And then we're going to do the opposite. So you're going to put your right leg on the ground, left leg on top. Flex the feet, check your posture. Arms out. Right arm with elbow to the ceiling, left arm behind with elbow to the ground, and interlock your fingers if you can. All right, and release. Go ahead and shake out your elbows again if you need to, your shoulders again if you need to. All right, and then we're going to sit on our feet. You can also sit flat down like this if that's more comfortable for you. And just sit here for a moment, really paying attention to the spine. Keep it erect, keep your shoulders back, gaze straight forward, and breathe. Now, if you're not already, go ahead and sit on top of your feet like this, so they're nice and flat and comfortable. And then we're going to take our hands into a prayer position, except we're going to do it behind our back. So I'll turn around again. And this might be difficult. It can be hard to get into, so if you're not quite there, that's okay. Just try to bring those hands together and get them as high up on your back as is comfortable for you. All right, now release, and then we're gonna go ahead and stay in this position and then just clasp your arms together behind your back like this for a nice little stretch. All right, now when you're ready, go ahead and sit up on your knees and then just lean back for a very gentle back bend, nothing too extreme. And here you really want to visualize the top portion of your spine and your chest peeling backward. You don't want too much, you don't want to be sticking your butt out too much. You don't want to be putting too much strain or really any strain on the lower part of your spine. So it can help to put your hands on your back so you can really focus on just lifting and lowering the top part of your spine and opening that chest up toward the ceiling. And if you'd like a bit of a deeper stretch here, you can go ahead and bring your arms back for camel. All right, so from here, we're going to go ahead and go into child's pose. When you're ready, go ahead and roll through your spine into And to create a bit more of a stretch here, you can go ahead and look over your left shoulder and then look over your right shoulder. Now we're going to go into Cobra. So bring your arms closer to your sides and push up. And just stay here for a minute. Okay, go ahead and drop back down. Now we're going to do Lotus. So you're going to bring your arms back and just lift from your chest. Really engage your core. So on the inhale, we're going to lift, and then we'll hold for 5 breaths. So inhale. And release. We'll do that 2 more times. If you're comfortable and you want the full body stretch, you go ahead and bring your legs up off the ground as well. If not, you can just do this, whatever works for you. Just be sure your core is really engaged and you're not straining your neck. Okay, so go ahead and inhale. And release. We'll do that one more time. Inhale. And release. Now we're going to keep our legs on the ground. You're going to clasp your hands behind your back and peel up. So it's sort of like a reverse back bend. So we're going to go ahead and release. Okay, we'll do that once more. You want to be real sure to keep your shoulders back and down and your neck nice and long. Okay, go ahead and inhale. All right, and release. Okay, now we're going to go into up dog. So the big difference between upward facing dog and cobra is that first your arms are going to come all the way straight and your legs are going to come off the ground. So cobra is more like this, and then upward dog is going to be this. See, my legs are off the mat, fully engaged. Arms are completely straight. If this is too much of a strain on your wrists, you can also use your fists, or you can stay in cobra if that's more comfortable for you, or go back to sphinx. Whatever works with your body today. So when you're ready, we're going to go into upward dog. Hold that for a couple of breaths, and then we'll go into down dog. So go ahead and inhale. And then downward dog. your right leg and then swing it through and come into pigeon. And we'll just sit here for a second. All right, now go ahead and go back into downward dog. And then we'll repeat with the opposite leg. So lift your left leg and swing through for pigeon. All right, now go ahead and go back into child pose. When you're ready, come up into tabletop position. So just hands and knees, nice straight back. And now we're going to do thread the needle. So what you're going to do is take your right arm, raise it above your head. And on the exhale, you're going to bring it through under your left arm and then come onto the ground. So inhale, look up to the sky, and exhale, come under. And you can sit like this in the stretch, or if you want a bit more of a stretch, you can open up that chest, bring your left arm further out and over your head, and sit like this. Okay, go ahead and come back into tabletop. And we'll do the same thing with the opposite arm. So inhale, left arm up to the sky. And exhale, bring it through and slide down to the mat. Opening that chest and really feeling the stretch through the spine and the shoulders. Go ahead and release. Come into puppy pose. So widen your arms in front of you. And then just melt your chest down as close to the mat as you can get. ahead and slide back into a seated position, coming up slowly. This is a good place to just pause and refocus your breath if you've kind of lost it. Recenter. And then we're going to come onto our backs. We're going to do a backward plank. Forget what the actual name of that is, but so sit like this, and then you're going to lift, and you want everything to be a straight line, and just hold it here for a moment. Okay, go ahead and come down. Now we'll lie flat on the ground. Bring your knees to your chest. Hug them close as you can get without hunching or straining. And just rock gently side to side, massage out that lower back. And either stay here or grab the bottoms of your feet and go into happy baby. Okay. Bring your feet to the mat, and we're going to get ready for bridge. So arms straight beside you, grab your feet if you can, if not, just wherever they're comfortable. Okay, and on the inhale, we're going to lift. So inhale, come up into bridge pose. And release. Okay, we'll do that one more time. Inhale. And release. Okay, now we're going to end with, you can either stay here, go back into bridge if you want, rest here for a moment, or if you want to do the more challenging pose, go ahead and bring your hands to your ears and go into wheel. I really recommend you only do this if you've done wheel before. Otherwise, just relax. On the inhale, we'll come up. So inhale. release. Very slowly come back to the ground. Now go ahead and lengthen your legs in front of you and go into Shavasana. And when you're ready, go ahead and wiggle your fingers and toes, bring your body back to life, roll onto your right side. And then slowly return to a seated position. All right, that's it for today's session. Go ahead and bring your arms over your head and to heart center. Thanks for joining. I hope you found it beneficial, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.